So what is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Daredevil 19 here, and today I'm finally doing my top 10 favorite figures of 2016. And these aren't what I think were the best figures that released this past year. They're just my personal favorite figures that we got in 2016. And let me tell you, this list was actually pretty damn complicated to make because we had so many great releases this year. I just couldn't decide which figure to put in my number one top 3 spots. I do have a few honorable mentions, so let's talk about those first, then we'll move on to the top 10. Alright, so with the honorable mentions, I have 10 of them. I'm just going to name them off real quick, and it's not in any specific order, but the SH Figuarts Beerus is one of them. I do have them all actually lined up here, besides the SH Figuarts Bruce Lee, which is another, the Maifix Armored Batman, the Variable Action Heroes Nico Robin, the SH Figuarts Mace Windu, the SH Figuarts Sage Mode Naruto, the SH Figuarts San Diego Comic-Con Premium Color Broly, the Figma Hulk, the Variable Action Heroes Lucci, and then the SH Figuarts Saiyan Armored Trunks right there. So those are 10 honorable mentions. Like I said, so many good figures released this year, it's hard to make a top 10 list. So without further ado, let's start off with number 10 of my top 10 favorite figures of 2016. Alright, and coming in at number 10 here is the SH Figuarts Black Panther. I really like this figure a lot. Some people really weren't too happy about it, but I really think they did a nice job with it. It's not perfect, that's why it's at the bottom of my list, but there is a lot of stuff that I just find really awesome about this figure. So Black Panther, the SH Figuarts Black Panther, is number 10 on my list. So moving on to number 9. And number 9 on my list is the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, or Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and I really love this figure a lot. Vegeta is one of my favorite characters, that's why he is on this list, and I think they did a pretty good job with him. I feel like they should have waited until they released the newer updated Vegeta mold with the new head sculpt and everything to make this figure, but I mean, I'll take what they're releasing. They did a pretty good job with it. It's not the best, but it is a very cool figure, and I really love this Super Saiyan Blue form in Dragon Ball Super. So this is my number 9 on my list. Now moving on to number 8. And coming in at number 8 is the SH Figuarts Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, and this was actually the one figure I was waiting to get into the mail. This was actually the one figure I was waiting for to arrive in the mail that I just got on Tuesday. Yeah, I just got it Tuesday. And I love this figure. I think they did an incredible job with it. It does have a couple issues, quality control issues with the paint here and there, but they're pretty minor besides her teeth. And I did have a break with the peg on her bat, but other than that, I really think they did a fantastic job with this Harley Quinn, and it just looks amazing on my display, and I love having this figure in my collection. And we do get some really awesome accessories as well. So this is my number 8 on my list. Moving on to lucky number 7. And moving on to number 7, this figure was on a lot of figure reviewers' list, and he's on mine as well, and that is the Revoltech Deadpool. I mean, Revoltech really did an outstanding job with this figure. You're either going to love it or hate it. You have to be a fan or at least know how to work the Revoltech joints, or just, if you're cool with Revoltech joints, to actually be someone who can appreciate this figure. There is a couple issues, like the guns are molded into the holsters, the shoulder joints really look bad, but I mean the poses you can get this thing into is just, it's amazing. You can get him in pretty much any type of pose you want to get him in, and you get some dope accessories with this figure as well. I mean, I'm so happy an import company finally made a Deadpool. So this one is my number 7. Now moving on to my number 6. And my number 6 is from a figure company who's been hit or miss throughout the entire year, pretty much since they started making figures. And my number 6 is the Maifix Dawn of Justice Batman, and Maifix really did a dope job with this figure. I mean, just his suit looks dope as hell. The texture throughout his suit. I did hear a couple issues about the figure breaking here and there, but I mean, That's because Maifix, you know, guys, they use crappy, cheap, hard, brittle plastic, but I think they really did an amazing job with this Batman. The articulation isn't the best with the arms, but you really do get some dope poses. I love the articulated cape because it has the bendy wire in it, and we get a ton of awesome accessories with this Batman. And the Ben Affleck Batman was pretty badass in Batman vs. Superman. So this is my number 6. Now moving on to my top 5. And coming in at number 5 is the SH Figuarts Naruto Shippuden Itachi Uchiha. And this figure I have been anticipating since I first started watching Naruto, actually, which really wasn't too long ago, but they didn't even announce this figure, and then when they finally did, I was extremely happy about it. And once I finally got this in hands, I was very happy because they really did a great job with this Itachi. The articulation in some spots isn't the best. We get some great accessories. I love how we have the removable cloak here. It's just more display options with this figure. So you could have him with the cloak or without it. Like I said, we get some great accessories with the figure, and I'm overall happy with the way this Itachi turned out, and I feel like any Itachi fan would be, but I really love the way this looks on my display. So this is my number 5. Now moving on to my number 4. And coming in at number 4 is pretty much a no-brainer for me. If you know my name on YouTube, then you know it is the Mezco 112 Collective Shadowland Daredevil. I was actually going to pass on this, but when I was at New York Comic Con, I said, screw it, I need to pick it up, because it just looks so awesome in the display case, the way they had it displayed and everything. I knew I needed to get it, plus I didn't own a Mezco figure until this one, and I'm so happy that I bought this. Mezco is really doing a phenomenal job with their 112 Collective line. This figure is incredible. The articulation is great. It does get hindered because of the cloth of his suit, but I mean, you still get some nice movement with the articulation. The sculpt looks great where stuff is sculpted, and we get some amazing and a ton of accessories with this Daredevil, and it got me even more hyped for the red suit Daredevil that we're getting in a couple of months. And I just love this figure. It looks incredible on my display, and I'm so happy that a good figure company made a high quality, great Daredevil figure. So this is my number 4. Now moving on to my top 3. And coming in at number 3, a lot of you might be surprised because he is my favorite character from Dragon Ball Z, and that is the SH Figuarts Super Saiyan Vegeta, the updated version, or Super Vegeta. You can pretty much use him as that, even though a lot of people say he's not buff enough, but I think he looks fine. You can pass him as a Super Vegeta, but Tamashii Nations really killed it with this Vegeta. This is actually one of my favorite figures in the Dragon Ball Z SH Figuarts line, along with the Awakened Warrior Goku and the Broly. I mean, they seriously nailed it perfectly with this Vegeta. We get some great accessories, the articulation very well done on it, and the new mold and the sculpt and everything, the paint, all that just looks great on this figure. And I'm so happy. I'm like a little kid on Christmas Day when this figure got released. So excited and happy about it. I was just glad we finally got pretty much a perfect Vegeta figure. It just sucks we didn't get a powered down black hair, but we are going to get the new updated mold of this Vegeta, but the Scouter Vegeta. But very happy they finally released this. I think they really knocked it out of the park with this Vegeta, and if you're a Vegeta fan, this is something you definitely have to own in your collection. So that is my number 3 on my top 10 favorite figures of 2016. Let's move on to my final 2. And coming in at number 2 is the Variable Action Heroes Sanji. I knew this figure was going to be dope, but I didn't think it was going to be as awesome as it is. This figure was executed so damn well by Mega House. They did a fantastic job with this Sanji. Yeah, it's out of the scale of figures I collect, these Variable Action Heroes One Piece figures, but man, this is such a cool figure. The detail just looks amazing on it throughout the entire figure. Nice sculpt and paint. We get great articulation. You can get him in those great kicking poses, and we get a shitload of awesome accessories with this Sanji. The posing options with this figure is endless. You could do a ton of different poses with this Sanji. I took so many pictures of this figure. It took up a lot of space on my iPod, I'll just say that. But very nice piece. very happy he finally released. I know he got delayed, and then they released him along with the Nico Robin. But man, they really did a great job in the paint shading. Wherever there is paint shading, they really executed that very well also. So this is my number 2. Now finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's move on to my number 1 figure of 2016. And this actually surprised me that this is my number 1 figure of 2016. I'm not new to the show anymore because I caught up with it, but when I bought this figure, I was only a few episodes into the show, and this figure just kept growing and growing on me, and that is the SH Figuarts Naruto Shippuden Kakashi. This thing is practically perfect. I mean, they really executed this figure pretty much perfectly. The articulation is outstanding on this piece. The sculpt is incredible on it. Same with the paint. Very nice paint work throughout the entire figure. And we get, again, a shit ton of accessories. They really gave Kakashi a ton of accessories. So you have so many different posing options with this figure. The only thing that bugs me about it is this belt piece. I mean, it's minor though. It doesn't bug me that much. But other than that, everything else is great on this figure. I mean, he's such a cool character, and it's like they took him directly out of the anime and put him in SH Figuarts form for us. So yeah, this is definitely my number 1 of 2016. Like I said, it surprised me that this was my number 1. Usually it would be like a Vegeta figure, but this Kakashi just killed it this year with all the figures that, in my personal opinion, I feel like it killed it with all the other figures I've gotten this year in 2016. This one is definitely by far my favorite, and I can't wait for more figures in the SH Figuarts Naruto line. They seem to be getting better, or they're just as good as the last figure that was released. But yeah, definitely a great figure. If you love Naruto and don't own this figure, you need to get it in your collection ASAP. But anyway, that is my top 10 favorite figures of 2016. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below what your top 5 or top 10 favorite figures were this past year in 2016. In 2017, it looks like we're going to get probably even more figures because we have a lot of releases that are going to start releasing starting in January. It wasn't like that last year. I think we had like 1 figure or 2 release in January, but we're getting a lot of stuff this year, so I think my top 10 favorite figures of 2017 is going to be a much harder list to make compared to the top 10 figures of 2016. But anyway, that is my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell icon. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later.